All right, wonderful people, welcome back to this wonderful channel where we bring you back-to-back updates and information as City Hot. In case it's your first time of joining us on this wonderful channel, kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drops, you will be the first who will collect them. Wonderful people of Biafra, wonderful people of a blessed nation, a land flowing with milk and honey, a land flowing with blessings like never before, the only land that can compare to the ancient Israel, where the Almighty Kabiyama said that this is a land full of milk and honey, and that is where he sent his people, the children of Israel. And similar thing occurred in the life of Ndigbo, in the life of the Biafrans, that the Igbo, the part of Biafra, found themselves in a geographical environment whereby you have iron ores, you have liquid minerals, you have solid minerals, you have gum, you have rubber. All these things are found in the land of Biafra. And wonderful people, when people like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the likes of Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Ohanezendigbo II of Ndigbo, arose to speak for the interest of the people, a lot of enemies rose against them, because what these enemies hate is whenever you talk about your freedom, whenever a people's eyes opens to understand that it is the time for them to leave a land where they are being held captive and hostage. The amalgamation of Lord Lugard was like a bondage bounding between the Igbos, the Southern Protectorate, the Northern Protectorate, and the Easterners, the Eastern region. And after this amalgamation till now, there has not been any peace in the nation called NIG, the Obodo Umanuman. And there will never be peace, because you cannot mix oil and water and expect them to work the same way. There is no way you mix oil and water. Let's say, for example, you are building an engine, a motor engine, and you are putting oil and water in the same boil. It is not going to work out. The amalgamation of the Biafrans, the Northerners, and the Yorubas is like mixing oil and water to work in one place. And some things like this does not succeed. If you watch, you find out that the tradition, the religion of the North, the religion of the South-South, and the religion of the Southeast, the Southwest, they are not the same. You look at their tradition, you look at their culture. We were made to understand that culture is the people's way of life. And when you look at the culture of an Igbo man, you look at the culture of the Fulani man, the children of the Osman Danfodio, and you look at the culture of the Hausa man, the pure Hausa man, and the culture of the Yorubas, the children of Oduduwa, who came from Ile-Ife. And when you compare these four cultures, you find out that there is a big difference between these people. For example, if you go to an environment where a Biafran is living, you don't need someone to tell you, because Biafrans are prosperous people. They are people who love development. They are people who love infrastructural development and other kinds of development. If you go to Alibo and go to other parts of Nigeria, you will agree with me that there is a big difference. How do I know this? Come to Alibo, the Biafra, and see the kind of house that these people are building. See the kind of structures that these people are building. It is only the Igbo man that understands what is called Akurolo, Amarone Bataria. It is not being practiced in any other culture. And it is only the Igbo man that is very patriotic, that any nation where he finds himself, he tries to live a happy life. He buys land, he develops that place. Kaduna, if you go to the state Kaduna, it was developed by Ndigbo. If you go to the state Kano, it was developed by Ndigbo. If you go to Lagos State, it was developed by Ndigbo. And that is why you see other tribes very envious of Ndigbo because of their prosperity, because of their doggedness, because of their hard work. after the 1967 to 1970 Biafra Civil War, every Igbo man who had money in his account, the money was liquidated, and 20 pounds was handed over to Ndigbo. And you can check between 1970 to 2025 how far Ndigbo has gone. Of course, you know that they were taken away from every pedestal of government. Every governmental power were seized from Ndigbo. Ndigbo ceased from becoming what they were before the Civil War. Of course, you know that before the Civil War, Ndigbo was the envy of every other tribe in Nigeria. They were the envy of every other tribe that existed in this nation. Every other ethnic group that existed in this nation, Ndigbo were their envy. But after the Civil War, the position of Ndigbo was taken away from them. A lot of position which Ndigbo occupied, the high position was taken away from them. Today, you can never see an Igbo man as a president. You can never see an Igbo man as chief of Naval. You can never see an Igbo man as the chief of army. You can never see an Igbo man as the IGP of police. These things are hard to come by. And you can never see an Igbo man heading the oil companies, except those that the children of the Osman Danfodios are using. Except those politicians that have offered themselves as sacrifice to the children of Usman Danfodio because they want political office in order to be able to suppress their brother, to do the same thing the white man did to our people when they appointed paramount chief that brought about the riot, about women riot. If you know history, you know about women riot when a man called Okoli decided that the women will start paying tax. He started counting the women among the taxpayers, and this brought about a riot. These are the people that were picked by the white men to serve them and oppress their own people. And up until now, peace have not come. And Chukwuokike Abiama in 1967 brought about a savior, a man in the person of Odumegwu Ojukwu, a fearless lion, a fearless king who does not fear whose horse is God, who does not care who is on the way. When you hear Odumegwu Ojukwu, Ojukwu is the fear of other military men. The name of Ojukwu is a fear to other men. And the 1967 to 1970 Biafra Civil War failed, and Ojukwu went for exile. And at the long run, the Chukwuokike Abiama raised another man called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And like the children of Israel sold their brother Joseph for 30 pieces of coin, they sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. As Judas betrayed Jesus, his master, the same way the saboteurs among the Biafrans betrayed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and sold him into the hands of the NIG army. First of all, in 2015, of which after that he was bailed and he escaped after the invasion of his father's house at Afaruku Ibeku in Abia State, Umuahia, Abia State. He escaped and went back to Israel, where he started praying to his God, Chukwuokike Abiama. Until one day, these sabos again invited him to Kenya. And the prophet never knew that a plan has been done in order for him to be arrested. But Kanu has already prophesied that if you kill him today, or if you arrest him, that other thousands of Nnamdi Kanus will arise. And people thought that this is a joke, that Kanu was joking. They never knew that the word of a prophet does not fall to the ground until the Almighty Chukwuokike Abiama fulfills it. And immediately Kanu was arrested. That was how Mazi Simon Ekpa rose up like a lion, like a young lion, like a mighty bull. He started defending his nation with muscles and strength, speaking to the heart of the people, making things to happen that have never happened before. He took over and started doing things that his master, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, had not done before. He declared the Biafra Republic government in exile while in Finland. And there was a lot of liaison offices set up all over the world. And he was making contacts both with Ecowas, the United Nations, and other members of the world. Even the European Union. He wrote letters and he gave it to these people. And when these people saw what Ekpa wrote, when they saw Simon Ekpa's write-up, when they saw his explanation, when they understand his wisdom, they look at a man full of wisdom, honor and understanding. And they knew that there is something about this man. And he was able to open the eyes of the world, even to the Washington, D.C., where he was able to open the eyes of the American to understand what is happening, to understand these people called Biafra, what they want. And these people are not violent people, even though they were tagged violent and they were marked as terrorists. They were proscribed as terrorists. But he opened the eyes of the world to see that Biafrans are not a violent people, but these are people who are fighting for their rights. These are people who are fighting for their freedom. These are people who are fighting for their father's land to become the one the Almighty Chukwukabiam has called them. And the same saboteurs who have decided not to sleep, who have decided not to give their eyes to sleep until they see the fall of Biafra, like Sambalant and Tobias. But as it stands, the Almighty Chukwukabiam have put them to shame again, because as soon as possible, very soon, Ekpa is going to come out of the Finland detention. He is going to come out very soon, and a lot of people are going to be marveled. A lot of people are going to be surprised. How did it happen? Because they never knew that it's going to happen. What the likes of Musa thought that is going to happen to the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic, government in exile, Mazi Simon Ekpa Wanjoku, the reverse has become the case, and shame has become the order of the enemy. All right, wonderful people, in case you want to support this channel, kindly use Super Chat, Super Thanks. That is what is called Super Thanks on YouTube. Just go on Super Thanks. You can support us with Super Thanks. Thank you for listening. God bless you.